Hello. This is Antya from Byte Shuffle. Thank you as always for watching my videos. This time, I've put together a guide on how to approach the UB Death Shadow matchup when playing Ad Nauseam Tendrils, as well as my thoughts on sideboarding. It's a bit old, but there's a video about the basics of Ad Nauseam Tendrils linked in the description and at the end of this video, so feel free to check it out if you're interested. Here is the deck list we will be using this time. I'm keeping this hand because I have card draw, interaction, lands, and a combo piece. I'm digging for land. Surveil's effect leaves it on top of the library. I'll use discard to check what's ahead. I took days. The opponent cast Ponder and chose not to shuffle. I'm going to dig for some mana acceleration. I put back G as will first, followed by Infernal Tutor. I'm going all in from here. I'll increase the mana needed for the combo. I'll activate Lion's Eye Diamond to enable Hellbent. With Infernal Tutor, if I can get up to 6 mana and have Lion's Eye Diamond, I can win from there. With Beseech the Mirror, if I can get up to 4 mana and have at least one artifact or enchantment on the battlefield, I can win from there. I build up my mana and increase my storm count. Before sideboarding, I'd like to review the list we used. First, the conclusion. I will explain it step by step. Next, I'd like to go over how UB Death's Shadow operates. The core of the deck is Death's Shadow. To make Death's Shadow effective, the deck includes cards that reduce its own life total. For example, cards like Shocklands, Thoughtseize, Snuff Out, and Street Wraith. In addition, the deck also runs a few copies of Dress Down, which has great synergy. Among these, as a creature that synergizes well with Street Wraith and Dress Down, Moonshadow is also included. These are the cards in UB Death's Shadow that affect Ad Nauseam Tendrils. First, there are various counterspells such as Force of Will, Daze, Force of Negation, and Consign to Memory, as well as hand disruption like Thoughtseize and Hymn to Turek. Against these, we generally don't bring in anything. The reason is that the main deck is already built with blue decks in mind. We believe that the 9 cards in the main deck, Thoughtseize, Duress, and Veil of Summer, are already sufficient in number. However, since our mana acceleration isn't optimized against blue decks, we strengthen our mana base by bringing in Carpet of Flowers and Forest. In exchange, we cut Lotus Petal and Chrome Mox. Next, there are graveyard hate cards like Surgical Extraction and Grafdigger's Cage. Among these, when it comes to Grafdigger's Cage, we bring in Abrupt Decay. Honestly, I think this slot isn't really necessary, having just the 2 copies of Boseiju Who Endures in the main deck is already enough. However, running around 3 copies makes it easier to find when we really need it, so I include it. In exchange, we reduce the number of Cabal Ritual. The hand has enough disruption and lands, so I'll keep it. I plan to use the 2 Surveil lands to find the missing pieces. I'll use discard to check what's ahead. I took Force of Will. I'm going to dig for some mana acceleration. Surveil's effect sends it to the graveyard. I'm going all in from here. I'll increase the mana needed for the combo. I'll cast Veil of Summer. Here, I made a mistake. I forgot to hold control and accidentally passed priority. I'm still pretty new to Legacy, so go easy on me. Since there might still be a chance depending on what I draw, I'll keep playing instead of conceding. And this is where the adventure comes to an end. I'm keeping this hand because I have card draw, interaction, lands, and a combo piece. I'm digging for land. Surveil's effect leaves it on top of the library. I'm digging for land. I put back Infernal Tutor first, followed by Ponder. I'm going to dig for some mana acceleration. Didn't find it, so I shuffle. I'll use discard to check what's ahead. I took Consign to Memory. There is a risk if they draw Daze next turn, but since there's also a possibility of struggling against Consign to Memory, I chose to prioritize this line. I'll cast Veil of Summer. I'm going all in from here. I'll increase the mana needed for the combo. I'll activate Lion's Eye Diamond to enable Hellbent. I build up my mana and increase my storm count. Thank you very much for watching until the end. I apologize for the many misplays along the way. I hope we can all continue to improve at Magic together. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like. I'll see you again in the next video. This is Antya, signing off.